Cheers, my two buckaroos, and how the heck are you? The beer whisperer, the whiskey whisperer, whatever other names I may go by, depending on what jurisdiction I'm in. Anyways, I'm just kidding. It's been a long week, man. I am tired. I am old. I am tired. I'm feeling very old today. I will tell you that as I try to fix something real fast here. There we go. Now I know we're in business. Now we're back. Anyway, how the heck are you? I am Tom the Beer and Whiskey Whisperer, at least for the purposes of this video, anyway. I may adopt another personality at any time. I reserve the right to become anybody at any time, depending on my mood at that particular time. Anyway, I digress. But I digress, man. Oh, mercy. I've had to really fluctuate. I originally, hey Todd, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Uh, as always, if anybody wants to be part of the video, let me know, and I'll send you the link, typically via Messenger. But yeah, it's been. I went back to work this week, so June 21st, I had a total knee replacement because my left knee was absolutely shot. But this week, as I've been working part time at Banter, but I went back to work my regular gig this week. So that was, I mean, it was good to be back, I will tell you, but did take its toll on me this week. I am very tired. I do have some Dunkel from Banter Brewing that I'm going to pour here. Pour that here. I've also got poured about 2 ounces of soft red wheat, the Rickhouse soft red wheat. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm gonna post your comments on the Rickhouse soft red wheat from Holiday Distilling in Weston, Missouri. This is a Rickhouse proof, a Missouri straight bourbon whiskey, but this is a soft red wheat. So at 119.9, let me show you that word. It gives you all that pertinent information. Uh, Rickhouse C. I also bought their other bourbon, Rick House. I haven't opened that yet. I didn't want to open both of them, but I did. I opened this one first to try while we were in the Kansas City area. But oh man, this Dunkel is absolutely insane. I do love a good classic Dunkel. Yeah, very good, Todd. I appreciate that. Getting better, getting the strength back in that leg. I did meet all my goals early, and it really was just as simple as listening to the doctor and the physical trainers. Really, you just have to do what they tell you to do. Basically, don't do any more, don't do any less. Because if you try to overdo it, that really that'll set you back too. Especially the first couple weeks, they're really concerned about getting that inflammation down. So you've still got to do some exercises, but if you do too much, you risk again, not being able to reduce that inflammation. A little Woodford, very nice, sir, very nice. Uh, Woodford's a classic. I've got an old. I've had it for gosh, probably a decade now. I've got a Woodford Glencairn. I'm using my Holiday here because I have the Holiday whiskey. But yeah, I've got an old Woodford Glencairn up there. I've had for quite some time. The lettering's kind of wearing off, but but I still got that sucker. I picked this one up about 3 weeks ago when my wife and I were in the Kansas City area. Well, I can't get that comment to post, huh? For some reason. There we go. Uh, so what I was looking for, I was looking for a whiskey that might complement this beer, right? I'm not necessarily looking for similar flavors and aromas. I'm looking for flavors and aromas that will work together. But this is a nice malty beer, herbal, clean finish. It is very traditional Dunkel. Do like a Dunkel. I really do. It's a perfect beer for this time of year. People want to concentrate on the Märzens or the Fest beers, but a good Dunkel or even a good Schwartz beer is absolutely perfect. Why not? That's what I say. Why say why when you can say why not? Don't be a why guy. Be a why not guy. Anyway, I don't know why my touch screen is giving me some troubles this evening for some reason. There we go. Yeah, me too. Again, I was talking in the video that I did specifically for the Dunkel. We're seeing a lot of breweries that have kind of gone away from traditional styles. And I think, there's an old saying, give the people what they want, but I think I don't know that we're asking the right questions because I will get folks that come into banter and ask for certain things or wonder what's what up there. But when I give them when I say here, try this, I give them a little sample of a Dunkel or a Schwartz beer. They're going, oh my, wow. So I think it's just a case of a lot of people have forgotten what these classic styles tasted like, or maybe they were just never presented to them in a certain way. Because every time I offer a Dunkel or a Schwarzbier, or even a classic German style Pilsner, or even a classic German style Hefeweizen, they will buy them every time, or almost every time, over the maybe gimmicky beer. Oh, mercy. I had quite a day today. I did work at Banter for a few hours, but one of my regular customers, Mr. Brandon, happened to have a bottle of Pliny that he shared. So yeah, I hadn't had that in quite some time. Uh, been a few years. I had a friend send me a bottle many years ago. But yeah, it was really he gave just for a short pour, but but it was I was very grateful. It was very nice of him to offer to share that. Was very, it's kind of a throwback now, though. I remember when that was the one beer that everybody wanted. But again, I took a drink. That's that grapefruit. It's a little bit of pine, that little bit of resiny pine going on. It was very good. So anyway, I come home, relax a little bit. We got some soup in the crock pot to have for dinner when we're ready, and it's ready to go. When I say soup, it's a white bean chicken chili that uses some poblanos from our garden. Our granddaughter is with us. She's going to be eating with us. So I didn't make it spicy. So poblanos, if you're familiar with poblanos, they have a lot of flavor, but not necessarily a lot of heat. But what I do when I make them, if I know she's going to be eating, is I put the pepper in the soup to cook, but I leave it whole, and that will get all the flavor out of that pepper without taking any of the spice. I'm going to set that down for a second. I'm gonna pick up this whiskey. Oh gosh, I haven't had it in a little bit because I opened it up and I had a couple of drinks out of it while we were on our little vacation. We had a little 3 day vacation there um, in the Kansas City area. 2 days in 2 days. We actually stayed 2 days in Liberty and one day in Weston. Oh gosh. But we did visit Holiday Distillery, which is the only place you can buy the Rick House. I can buy their bottled and bond products here in Springfield, but I can't buy the Rick House here. So that's why I did pick up those Rickhouse products. The soft red wheat is absolutely gorgeous. I will be honest though, as much as I love this whiskey, wheat and bourbon seem to be all the rage these days. 'Cause I remember when Pappy was easily accessible, I really do, and it was affordable and not allocated. I mean, it wasn't. Well, I was going to say it wasn't all that long ago. It was probably a good decade ago, but it was easy to find on a shelf. It wasn't necessarily cheap, but it was easy to find, and it wasn't allocated. But then the whole craze came about for weeded bourbons, and I got to be honest with you, I do prefer a traditional bourbon that uses rye as a secondary because my reasoning is I do like these weeded bourbons, especially this one, but it does give you a much sweeter product, and I think a lot of folks uh, have just become accustomed to that sweetness. Traditional bourbons use rye as that secondary to balance the sweetness of the corn. But I think what a lot of folks also love about the wheat of bourbons is the texture. It does give you a nice softer mouthfeel. But I do like the rye. I do like the rye as a secondary. But a bourbon like this is just perfect for neat drinking. It's tailor made just to drink neat. It really is. Gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments, please put it up on the screen. I will answer almost anything. I had to kind of add a caveat there because I had a troll follow me there for a little bit. I had to finally block him. That's why I titled this "Life is Short." I don't know why people. There are some folks out there that just want to be mean. They want to be negative, and I just don't understand that mentality. Why do you troll somebody? Why do you follow somebody around that you don't like? I just can't make that make sense to me. What I find even more bizarre is this particular individual can be nice, and they'll be nice to you for a certain period of time until they really want to troll you. So they'll get you feeling okay. Maybe they've turned over a new leaf. Maybe they're not assholes anymore, and then wham bam, they become assholes. I don't understand. Especially, I mean, this person's about my age. I think, really? I mean, you still haven't, you still got that middle school mentality. Grow up, man. I just don't understand that mean girl mentality. I just can't make it make sense to me. I mean, there are folks I don't want anything to do with. So, you know what I do? I don't have anything to do with them. I don't troll their social media account. I don't want to know anything about them. I just want them to leave me alone, and I want to leave them alone. I just don't understand folks that feel the need just to be gigantic assholes. Again, life is too short. Again, without beleaguering the point, I mean, my wife and I lost our son to cancer 10 years ago. I just don't have room for people that just want to be negative and nasty. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people feel the need to be that way. You don't like what I do. You don't like what I say. Don't watch me. You don't have to have anything to do with me. But you don't have to be a gigantic turd. I just think that's just the way some people are. They live their life being a gigantic turd, and they think everybody else is the problem. Anyways, I digress. Ugh, gosh, this stuff is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, this is at 119.9 proof, and I mean, uh, you can see how easy to drink this particular bourbon is. Obviously, no face. I do feel a little brown sugar early on. I got a little brown sugar right there. I do get a lot of big oak and spice in the finish. Fruit notes. You might pick up some dark fruit notes. That's really up to you and your palate. To be honest with you, you may feel some date and or fig. You might even feel some dark overripe plum. But again, it depends on you and your taste buds. If you're not used to eating certain things, you're not going to interpret it that in that manner. You might even feel some very dark cherry notes as well. That beautiful oak in the finish. A lot of spice notes. I was talking with somebody who really knows bourbon today, and we're talking about when people use the descriptor baking spice. What is that? And I think that can be different for just about everybody depending on their how they are with spice notes. We were having a conversation. So, if you don't taste certain things, you're not going to feel them. I said, for me, I said a lot of the dark fruits, a lot of this that I may miss because they're not things that I eat every day. However, I'm able to pinpoint spice notes that maybe others might not because I use a lot of spices on a daily basis. But typically, when they're talking about spice notes, you're talking about cinnamon, possibly allspice, clove, nutmeg, sometimes ginger. Again, it's really up to you and your taste buds. If you have these things, even I've even been able to pick out cardamom in some things. That's because I know what these things taste like. I don't eat a lot of date and fig, so I obviously I'm going to interpret it as something else, right? or just what I, from sensory memory. But yeah, I get a lot of sweetness initially, right? I feel some very nice brown sugar. I'm gonna say dark brown sugar because you do feel this really nice molasses note that runs all the way through it. I also feel like I'm picking up some maple in there as well. And then the fruit notes really come about during the middle. Yeah, I get a lot of that dark cherry that I mentioned earlier, and then a lot of that again, big oak and baking spice. For me, what I get mostly from this is allspice. You get a lot of allspice. You might find some cinnamon there. They're very similar notes, but they are slightly different. But I get a lot of allspice more so than cinnamon for me. Uh, and again, you might find clove, nutmeg. It really depends on you, but I am feeling some ginger in here, most definitely. Ah, biscuits and gravy, that is good. And cilantro. As I work through my dunk, I'll give you an Irish toast with a German style beer. In the interest of solidarity. Anyway, prosit. How about that? I'll throw that one out there for you. I'll just throw that one out there, man. You do you, baby. You do you. Anyway, I digress. Gosh, this dunkel is just absolutely delicious. I do have another version of this. So Banter does this thing called a triptych where they do a base beer, then they two other versions of. So starting with this base, the second version is an oyster cashew. I didn't bring that one with me. I wasn't really didn't hate it, but it really wasn't for me. But the third version was a hatch chili. But the dunkel with that hatch chili note was really beautiful. So I do have a growler of that I'll probably, well, I doubt if I'll get to it today, but it's possible. I want to work through this dunkel first. I got two short growlers here, 32-ounce growlers. Find that 2 pints is about enough for me these days. Uh, let me set that down for a second and focus back on this whiskey. Oh, oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I did. I did enjoy. I very much enjoyed visiting the distillery. I didn't do a lot there. They have great cocktails. I thought about having one, but I just wanted to get a couple bottles to go because we wanted to do some other things. So I did buy the two Rick House bourbons that they had, the soft red wheat and the regular one, uh, the Missouri Straight Bourbon Whiskey bottled and bond. I have. I can get by the bottled and bond here, but I bought the Rick House version of as well, and then the soft red wheat. Ah, very good. Oh, that's tasty, man. I don't care who you are. That's good. That's good, man. Oh, that will set you free, baby. That set you free, baby. Oh, my whole body's been hurting this week though, trying to get used to working both jobs again. So I'm trying to get that going, man. Oh, and I'll feel better once I am able to get back on a regular schedule and lose some weight that I picked up over the last couple of months. And I will feel better again. I'm able to do a lot of things that I couldn't do before. Stairs were just an impossibility. I would have to physically pull myself up the stairs because there was no spring in that knee at all, right? It was total bone on bone. And now I'm able to make it upstairs, or even maybe more important is downstairs hurt worse than going upstairs. Now I'm able to take each step where I used to have to do about a half a step at a time and go sideways and hang onto the rail to get myself down a staircase. It was brutal, but now I can actually walk down a staircase. I really can, man. Mercy. The Dunkel, very versatile beer. Pour a little more here as I work through this 32-ounce growler. I must be pouring short pours because this is my third pour and I'm still not out yet. Clearly, I'm not pouring a full pint. Clearly, you're not, huh? We're almost there though. Just about got it all in there. Being the third glass, I just haven't filled each glass completely full yet, I guess. Let me show you how beautiful that beer pours, though. Now they got a completely full glass. That is absolutely gorgeous, is it not? Yes, it is, Tom. It really is. Anyways, I digress. And Rose, here we go. Set that down for a second. I'll pick up this holiday. Let me show you the bottle here. I'm going to change props. We're going to change props on you here. So try to get the rest of this dunkel poured. You put this holiday bottle up there for you to see. Soft red wheat. These guys are just good, man. They really are. The product is just amazing. Excuse me. Hope I didn't get any on you. That wasn't nice, huh? That was rude, man. Anyways, I digress. Oh, I picked up this coffee while we were in Weston, a little Irish shop there in Weston, Missouri, and I've used half of it already. I've put some beans, but I decided I want to save the other half as we get close to the holidays. I'll probably break it out again right about Thanksgiving. Goodness. So it's Brady's Coffee Company, barrel aged Irish whiskey coffee. This stuff is just wow good. It really is. Goodness. It is perfect for an Irish coffee. It's great for an Irish coffee. Oh my goodness. But yeah, poured some beer, pour some beans in my hopper. And I said, well, I better save the rest of it because we're really going to watch some of those right about Thanksgiving. I'd like to be able to save it till Christmas, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to last out long. I'm relatively certain. Oh, something's tickling my nose here for some reason, though. Man, that whiskey is just so easy. You can see, I mean, it's 119. You can see there's no face involved. It is absolutely beautiful. So again, I feel like I'm getting some very dark brown sugar because you do feel a molasses note. Also getting some maple. Around the middle is where I feel those dark fruit notes. For me, I mentioned you might get date end or fig and some other things, but what I'm getting the most is a very dark cherry note. Goodness gracious. Having an allergy attack right in front of you. Anyway, I'm having an allergy attack, man. Oh, goodness. I'm not sure what's tickling my nose here. Anyways, anyways, I'm having an allergy attack, man. Oh, goodness. Biscuits and gravy. Well, mother of pearl, I can't stop it, man. I did pick up several good whiskeys while we were in that area, in the Kansas City area. It's right there, stuck. Anyway, I didn't get to this. Damn it! I didn't get to this distillery that I wanted to, so I'm hoping maybe next time. But I found this product from Lifted Spirits. It's a Madeira cask finished rye whiskey at 92.2 proof. And this thing is just gorgeous. All right, sorry about that. I had to step off camera for a second. My nose, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, let's hope that's done. And we'll wrap this video up. Man, I was having some issues there. Anyways, I digress. I am Tom the Beer and Whiskey Whisperer, beer evangelist, beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and boy, I do love a dunkel. I do. This one is absolutely gorgeous. From Banter Brewing in Springfield, Missouri. Beautifully done. Very malty, herbal. Gives you everything you want from this beer. 5.3%. I'm not sure I mentioned that early. 5.3%. Uh, and here I got my holiday bourbon, soft red wheat. Let me show you that bottle one more time. Holiday soft red wheat. This is a Rickhouse brew, Missouri straight bourbon whiskey at 119.9. Let me show you those pertinents there. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisper, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, prepare wisdom man. Oh my god, that stuff is so easy to drink. I can't believe it's 119.9. That's insane. I'm also Tom the Beer Whisper, beer evangelist, prolific drinker, prepare wisdom man. Ugh. So I'll take a little break, a little pause for the cause, probably have a little dinner. I may try to be back at about 9-ish. With an unofficial video. Oh, oh no! I started. That's what I started to say earlier. Um, going back to work, I'm trying to. There was a time I was doing my at the pub videos every Thursday at 6, and then I started working part time at Banter. Then I was working every Thursday there. Been having a hard time figuring some things out to get a traditional schedule going. While I was out with my knee, I was able to basically schedule whenever. So I did some videos on Sunday, some Monday and Tuesday. So I'm gonna try to get some more guests lined up. There are a few that I have kind of in the wings that we're just trying to put together a time schedule for it. That's kind of been an issue. So I'm trying to work with my guests, but also need to put a regular day where folks know where to find me every day. But right now, between both work schedules, it's just not possible. So I'm going to try to get that figured out. But I figured it was a Saturday evening, and I am home. It's been a long week, man. Went to work back to my regular gig plus part time at Banter, so worked 6 days straight this stretch, which isn't, as a younger man, I did longer stretches. I sure did, but I'm old, and it takes a little bit more out of you at a certain age. So, anyways. One more time with feeling. I am John the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific drinker, purveyor of wisdom, man. Biscuits and gravy. All around good guy. Sláinte, and thanks for tuning in, guys.